Hey, I'm back. You probably didn't know I went anywhere. That's fine. Hey, I'm Hallie, and I make videos on lifestyle improvement, life hacks, helping you get that balance in life. And today we're talking about intermittent fasting. Today, the video that you are watching is going to answer the questions of what is intermittent fasting? Is it just a fad? What is it? What does it mean? Why I intermittent fast, why someone as myself would do such a thing, and if it is for you. That's it. That's all you really want to know in this video, and that's all that I'm going to answer. All right, let's get started. What is intermittent fasting? Intermittent fasting is not eating. That's basically what it is. Fasting can be broken up into two ways, more for spiritual beliefs and then more for physical improvement on your body. But no matter what it is, whether it be for your religious belief or for, fitness and health, no matter what, fasting itself means no eating, preventing food coming in your mouth. That is fasting. Now, intermittent fasting is a period of time without food. So for instance, if you do it for church and stuff like that, there'd be like the Daniel fast, so certain things you can't eat, right? That's a different kind of fast. But intermittent fasting is going a period of time without food. No food, not happening. You can't eat if you're intermittent fasting during that period. In case you're wondering, is that just called starving yourself? No, not really. Not really. So intermittent fasting has a tactic to it. A way that I love that was described to me is back in the day, when we were hunters, we had to hunt for food and we didn't have a refrigerator. Our physical bodies, we only ate when we were hunting. So you woke up in the morning, you didn't make a bowl of cereal. You didn't have, that tiger, in the fridge or whatever you ate. I don't know, promise, whatever. You had to go out and hunt it. So you only ate when you went out and hunt, cooked it, and came back. So our bodies, people were a lot healthier then, right? So that's the same concept as, think about it. Back in the day, you woke up, you hunted for your food, you ate, and when sundown, you didn't really hunt. So you're only eating from sunup to sundown. So sunup from sundown is typically 9 a.m. Well, actually, no, the sun really rises around 6 a.m. So sunup to sundown, and then intermittent fasting breaks it down to even a small period of time, only eating about, the average intermittent fasting is eating about 8 hours a day, and then not eating for the rest. So intermittent fasting, particularly to just keep it layman's terms, is you're not eating for a period of time. And in case you're wondering, the difference between starving yourself and intermittent fasting is you're doing it strategically. You're not just saying, I'm just not going to eat food. You're saying, hey, I'm going to eat for this amount of hours, and I'm going to not eat for this amount of hours. You can, during your eating time, eat as much as you want, depending on how you're going to go about your strategy. But the average person doesn't say, I'm only going to eat 300 calories or 3,500 calories, whatever calories. That's not part of intermittent fasting. It's just specifically talking about the times that you're eating and the times you're not eating, but not the amount. Does that make sense? Starvation is more like, I'm just going to have this apple, and you're counting the apple that you ate, compared to like, I'm gonna eat for 4 hours, however hungry I am. Make sense? Of course it does. All right. Number 2, why I have chose to intermittent fast. So I never thought I'd be intermittent fasting because I first started fasting for religious beliefs. The first of the month I always like to do like a Daniel fast or something to get my mind, body, and soul together, whether it be to hear from God, to have a mind-body connection, to be in self-discipline of my own body. I always found that it was a good practice to do on a monthly basis. And then I felt for myself that I was becoming stagnant. Like, I do the same type of fast in the beginning of every month, and that's all. I was starting to think of like, is there any other type of fast besides the Daniel fast to do that I had been doing all the time? And so when I heard about, different types of fasting, intermittent fasting was an idea of like, okay, I like it because it requires me to have self-discipline, and that's what I want out of my fast. I want to be self-disciplined because in the Daniel fast, you can only really have fruits, veggies, and fruit, veggies, nuts, and grains pretty much. And so I felt like with intermittent fasting, it would self-discipline me and like, you can't eat after this time. And I liked that. As well as the fact that your girl ain't getting any younger. And I eat extremely healthy, at least minimum 5 days a week, 6 days a week mostly. There's that one day when, your girl just wants to be free and just eat whatever she wants, even though it's not chocolate. It's usually like bread, banana bread. I don't even know. I feel like my bad food isn't even bad anymore. It's like veggie pizza. it's like, oh, I'm being so bad. And it's like, you're not even that bad. But anyways, I wanted something to change. Like, I was eating healthy, I'm being active, I'm doing all the things, but I've been doing the same things. And my body is changing though. It's not the same as it used to be. So I just was like, I need to do something new, something different. And I also knew that besides just having, something I can do spiritually, changing in the way I fasted spiritually is something that I could also change my body physically. So that was great. So that's something that was like, I'm about that life. I like that. I started off just doing it on a monthly basis, but now I pretty much do it on a daily basis, is the 16-8. Eating for 8 hours a day, not eating for 16 hours a day. And that does include sleeping, because your girl loves her food. And number 3, already, we're here. If it is for you. So intermittent fasting for you, if you should give it a try, I would say if you're one of these people, if you're a pretty healthy person, if you're a vegetarian, a vegan, you're doing all the things that you could possibly think of on the face of the planet, and you're still not feeling like good in your body or your physical health, I would say give it a try. If you feel like you want to try something different, you feel like it's not a fad, because this is a lifestyle. Intermittent fasting isn't something that I do to like fit into a dress or do anything like that. It's something that I'm going to probably do for like the rest of my life, which is really cool. So if you're looking for something that's a lifestyle change. Also, if you feel like you do not have self-control over your food intake, if you feel like your hungers and your cravings control the decisions you make, and you don't have, and you like to be more in control of yourself and the way you eat, and you're eating for nourishment and because you want to, not because your body feels like a 2-year-old child that's like, give me what I want. I would definitely say intermittent fasting's for you. And if you just want to find out if you're going to feel better, if you feel like you don't feel your best and you work out and you do all these things and you're like, I want to feel good health-wise and the food that I take, I definitely recommend it. The one other thing that I love about intermittent fasting is the fact that it gives your body time to break down the food. So for instance, I was like, I'm doing all the things, blah, blah, blah. Why am I not healthy, feeling good in my gut and so forth? But in intermittent fasting, for instance, the reason why I chose the 8-16 is I'm eating for 8 hours a day, not eating for 16 hours a day. And my body's breaking down my food for 16 hours before I eat again. And so it wasn't on my body. It wasn't so much that I was eating the bad things. It was that my body needed more time to break down certain foods. For instance, if I'm eating brown rice is healthy, right? But my body takes more time to break that down. So before I'm already eating brown rice for dinner, and then now I'm having something else for breakfast, it still needed more time to break it down if I start eating, because I wake up at 5, if I'm already eating at 7 a.m. So just giving your time, your body, if it needs it, your body might need it, more time to break down your food before you eat again. And then it speeds up your metabolism, great health benefits, that jazz, breaks down cancer cells, it starves them. I can go on and on, but that's all. That's all I have to say in this video. What it is, why I do it, and if it is for you. But if you feel like I left you hanging, it's okay. I will either make my next video on what to do, how to get started with intermittent fasting if you are interested, or the different types of intermittent fasting. What would you like the next video to be about if you're interested in fasting? Comment below. You can say, go to do's and don'ts of intermittent fasting, how to get started, the different types, which ones I recommend, because there's the 10-14, there's the 24-hour one, and all that jazz. But you gotta tell me which one you want next. Make sure once I do make that next video next week, hit the bell below, and you'll get that notification and you won't miss out. Who's excited? You are. All right, your girl only has 2 more hours to eat, so I gotta go. All right, that's it. Until the next video, peace, love, and balance. Have a balanced life.